know I can't go back in time, but if I did, after learning my personal finance the past 3 years, I would change these three things. The first thing I would have done is start saving money in high school, as I worked a job at Arby's and probably made $400 a paycheck over the 3 years that I actually worked there. If I saved 25 to 50%, I would have at least had $100 to $200 every paycheck saved. If I invested that at like 7%, I'd be laughing right now, but I did not do that. Instead, I spent money on my lunch every single day. I went out and bought lunch instead of making it from home, which is a big regret, and I just blew my money that I was making, and one major regret I have. While working at Arby's, I remember my coworkers who were also in high school, they saved like $10,000, $15,000 in their bank account from working there, and I had nothing to show for it, which was super embarrassing. And looking back at it, it was pretty sad for me to have that. The second thing I would go back and change is when I first got the job I'm working right now. I went from $25,000 to $40,000 in the job change with the pay increase, and at the time I had little to no expenses. I didn't buy a car yet, and I had money to spend, so I spent my money and didn't save it whatsoever. I wish I saved my money or invested it so I had more of a down payment towards my car, because I knew at that point when I first got that job I would have to buy a car so I can get reliable transportation there and back. At the very least, I could have put $200, $300 away for an emergency fund. I just had no expenses whatsoever besides like my phone bill and food. That was really it. And I wish I went back and I would have saved money or at least invested it, so I'm better off than I am right now. The last thing I wish I did was take my personal finances a lot seriously as soon as possible and start learning them as soon as possible. Even though we weren't taught about this stuff, it's super important to make sure that you actually learn about personal finance. And I learned it a little bit too late than I would have liked to, as I missed an opportunity to start investing, saving my money as soon as possible when I had no expenses. Let me know in the comments some things that you wish if you could go back and change, you would do so. But just remember, if you're taking action of your personal finances, you can't change the past. You can only change the present and the future.